Why you should never ever marry the wrong partner. Partners, whenever you marry the wrong partner, you go through hell because most times God always give you the signs that this person is bad, this person is not good for you. He gives you clue, but most times you want to do things your own way. God will allow you to do things your own way by allowing you to get married to that person. Then when you start suffering, God only comfort you, but then you will now start learning how to manage, and most times you can't cope or you can't manage with that person. One of the reason is because you can't change the person. Once you notice that there is a character this person is portraying, God will always bring it your way. God will always open your eyes so that you can see in order for you to walk away. If you notice that the acting weird, what they are doing, you can't really cope with it, you can't understand, don't just assume that, oh, for this reason, let me just settle, they are going to change. No adult change, they are not going to change. Immediately you notice any attitude from a man or a woman you're in a relationship with, it is best you walk out, especially attitude you know that you cannot tolerate for a very long time, attitude you know that can bring out the worst out of you, because most times you bring your partners bring out the worst out of you, especially if they have bad attitude that you can no longer tolerate. You start raising your voice, raising your hands, doing things you know that on a normal day you can't even do to them. You don't even think about it. Sometimes you even stop caring for them. Meanwhile, you've been a very caring type, or you've been this type that always got their back no matter what. But because of those attitudes, you start withdrawing yourself. You're no longer interested. At the end of the day, you grow to be an angry person in that union, in that marriage. So for that one reason, any attitude you know you can't tolerate, don't say, oh, let me just leave them, they are going to change. They are not going to change, because anything you tolerate during courtship or relationship is also what you're still going to tolerate in marriage. So if you can't tolerate it, please do not go in. Most times you say, oh, I've been waiting and no one is really coming. This person that comes, let me just stay with them. No reason should make you make hasty decision, especially when it comes to marriage, especially when it comes to choosing a life partner. No one is going to live with that person for you. Always have this at the back of your mind. This person, you're living with them alone. So because you're living with them alone, so you take your time to make the right decision. In order for you not to go in and still jump out, the way you go in and you come out, no one is happy with such kind of, because anything you do that you feel, especially when it comes to marriage, have the ways it always get back to you, and it also always affect you in future. So in order not to really rush in and rush out, always listen to God whenever he's talking to you about this person. Whenever you notice you're not even compatible with this person, everything you like they don't like, everything you are interested in they're not interested in, my brother, my sister, it is not the right choice to end up with that person. Because if you end up with them, you will say, sometimes you say, oh, I am so age, I'm in my 40s, I'm in my 30s, nobody is coming, so any available man that comes, any available woman that comes, I'll just end up with them. Marriage is not something you endure the suffering, because this person, you're waking up with this person, you're sleeping with this person, you're waking up every day with this person. So there are some things that you tolerate when they are far, but when they are close, they bring out every of their ugly behaviors, character. In fact, they can no longer hide it from you. So in marriage, you learn to tolerate, but there are things that are deal breaker for every human being. So in marriage, you will really say it. So if the deal breaker is something you cannot really tolerate, that is why it's called a deal breaker. If it is something you can't take, if you know it will break you completely, I beg you, do not go in. This is one of the reasons you should never ever go into any relationship, because whenever you are crying, God really wants you to really sort that marriage, sort that relationship, because you never listen to him. You never allow him when he is showing you signs that is supposed to make you leave the relationship or not to go into that marriage, you never paid attention. You never listened. You wanted to do it your way. So he will allow you do it your way. It's not as if bad marriages cannot be resolved, but it's best not to even make the mistake to go in. If you have bad marriages already, it's only when the person you're in that marriage with is ready to really work with you. That is only when it will work. But if you've been trying for the person to work with you and the person is refusing, there's little or nothing you can do. One person cannot manage or cannot bring success into a marriage. It must be two of you who will work hand in hand to really get that marriage to really be successful. So these are most of the reasons why no matter what you do, always ensure you get it right. Most times it's even best you don't even go into marriage at all. So you don't go in and rush out. That going in and rush out, the traumatic experience will be something you will live with for the rest of your life. So make the right decision. Listen to your heart. Listen to God. Whenever He's talking to you, whenever He's showing you things about someone, you can't really tolerate. So don't tolerate it because you really need to be in that marriage, because you really need to be in that relationship. Once you know you can't tolerate it, it is a wake up call for you to stand up and leave that relationship. This is Spell Solution. This is Spell Talk. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thank you. Don't make this very mistake.